We are doing character critique. Basically, this is more like a discussion, less so me drawing. It just becomes very hard for me to like draw what we're talking about. But the point of this stream is to talk about characters and how to develop good characters. And in that, we talk about character design as well. So this is submitted by DT Lolo. This is Rainbow Cown. She lives in okay. Guys in chat, I'm sorry to tell you this, but I'm a millennial. So I need you all in chat to inform me what some of these words mean. What's weirdcore? Wait, whoa! I just looked up weirdcore and this is sick. Warning, it's kind of very spooky. Oh, the one with the eyeballs. The rats! I don't know what webcore is. What is that supposed to tell me? You give me a different word that I don't know to explain the word. Her parents died. Whoa. What? Who's the faceless man? Is this weirdcore lore? Who said that the faceless man is Danny Gonzalez? Who said that? I honestly don't think this is weird enough. You know what this reminds me of? It just looks like a clown OC. Like when I look at weirdcore, like this aesthetic that we've pulled up, they do not look like they belong in the same world. Eyes are very much a reoccurring thing. Very realistic too. There's dark colors, but they're more muted colors. I don't think they're dark. One moment of shine, like a brighter color. Like optical illusions too. There's a lot of chromatic aberration. So that's like a list of ideas. Now, how to bring it into your character. I think it's about the colors. Honestly, you might just need to change the outfit. Like all of this detail here on the like feet here feels like way too much detail. For you, I think it's about time to take this character back to the drawing board. There's definitely elements you could probably continue with, but I think it's about starting with understanding the idea of what weirdcore is and how you can draw within weirdcore. And honestly, I think a good way to practice this is don't draw something. A lot of these weirdcore pictures I'm seeing are photoshopped images. I think a really good way to start is instead of drawing your character by hand, edit your character. Take different pictures and mash them together and make something weird. Make a bunch of them because that's gonna help you decide how a character should look inside of this world. This is Yuno. She's 23. She's in college to be a doctor. She's a side character in a comic. Good to know. She's the girlfriend of a potential main character and appears in every chapter. So you want to make sure that she looks good. Okay, so she's like an important side character. Struggling with the clothes. These are just placeholders because she can't think of anything. It's modern day and she wants to give off sporty or sisterly. Well, I don't know what the rest of the world looks like, so if there's other axolotl characters, maybe everybody's an axolotl in this world. I think something to think about is like, you have the like ear things that axolotls have. What I think would be cool is if there's other axolotls in this world, ensure that maybe the design of those ears changes per character. So hers are very long and droopy, right? They could tell us a lot about who the character is by how they're designed. So we're giving this sporty sisterly vibe. I think the long droopy ones that you have are a little too sad looking. They feel like a character who's like a little, like a sad, like an Eeyore type. So I feel like designing the gills in a specific way will help with the personality. A ponytail would be awesome. Maybe they're like up, like hair. My only problem I'm seeing already is this is gonna be in a comic. So you're drawing this character a lot. You don't even have clothes yet, and you already have 6 colors in the body alone. You should take your favorite color within this. Like if it was a gradient tool where you just like clicked and dragged, that'd be different. But you're manually making this. That's gonna be annoying as hell. It's cool, but again, you got all these little dots, right? And then you have to recreate that every single time you draw this character. I would just do it as one solid. Like if you really do want it to be a gradient and you are manually making it, you could just do 2 colors. If you don't have a team of people working with you on this comic and it's just you need efficiency, right? So with the outfits, we got comfy, definitely either layers or sweaters, something baggy, sneakers, but like the nice sneakers, maybe a hat, skinny pants, but they could be sweats, flannels, crew socks, yes. You know, we got this like nice vibe going on. Approachable, comfortable, versatile, good for all weathers. I think that's good enough. I think there's a lot to think about. Focus on like just what they're wearing first, and then you can do the colors, or you do the colors first and then you do like the character outfit. It's better to work in steps so that you're not like overwhelming your brain. You know, realistically in the real world, I hope we all change our clothes every day. So if your characters change clothes, that's okay too. So you don't have to like be set on like one specific thing they wear every time. You're free to dress your characters up and have fun with it. So this is a Hero Academia villain character. Teku Otoko, quirk gamer. He can do what is done in a video game. That's vague and overpowered. I think we'll talk about it. He's 19. He grew up in foster care. He has... Interesting. That's a slippery slope you're walking there. He never sleeps and he always plays video games. He has bad health. I mean, if he doesn't sleep, I would expect him to have terrible health. In your, like, introduction to this character, you only told me about Teku. And then you just said they have multiple personalities, but then you didn't explain about any of the other people within their system. You're only focusing on the host. Just get rid of it. It's adding nothing to your character. It's on a thin line already, just having something like that. It is something that comes from trauma, but not all traumatized people develop the disorder. It is a very rare disorder, even within people who have gone through trauma. I feel like something that maybe would be better is just giving him PTSD. That's my take. Is anyone in chat, how are you guys feeling about this? Because this is like an evil character. And there's just something icky to me about giving a villain multiple personality disorders. Thank you! I knew there was another word for it. DID is the word. Research is important, especially if you don't have it yourself. If you don't have a direct contact with someone who has it, it's really hard to get good information about these things. Oh, there's a system in chat. I feel a little more valid that there's someone in chat agreeing with me. Okay, thank you. I thought I was like, am I being like mean by saying you can't have this? I don't know. So that out of the way. The rest of this, it's like, okay, sure, you can just keep all this. Let's talk about that quirk. I feel like with this whole gamer, we could keep the word gamer. I think that's okay. But instead of it being that he can do what everything does in the video game, what if he has a remote, he can control others like a video game? What his quirk does is like, so long as he has a controller, like what if he can then like link it, but he can only do one at a time, right? Like he can only control one character at a time. He's not overpowered to the point where he can control everyone in the room, but it's kind of like playing a video game where you can link up with one person, but there might be a cooldown or something, right? Like say you take damage, you lose the connection. You know, because the thing with quirks is there is a consequence to using it, right? If we think about the show, by just having a character do everything in a game, I feel like what's the drawback then? That's too powerful. So that is my thought. He's literally a gamer who controls people like a game. He starts to lag. Oh, that could also be like the farther away they are, the laggier they are. It's too like open-ended, the whole he can do what's in a video game. Like, okay, but there's like thousands of video games and there's thousands of different genres of video games. He's unlimited in the abilities he can gain. That feels too OP for a Hero Academia. And again, the consequences, I get that the sleep is, but him not sleeping is not a consequence of his quirk. That's just his own choice, right? The consequence has to be within the quirk itself. The quirk has to be the thing that's giving the hindrance, not the person's choices in life. If he changed his mindset and suddenly he slept and he was healthy, he'd be so powerful. Yeah, limited yeah, he could be battery powered, old school game. I think these are all really good ideas. I know it's hard to hear these things about your character. Everyone loves their characters. They get, people get defensive over their things. I get it, because it's like your child. It's your little baby. You don't want people to say, but like, we're not making fun of you or anything. We're not saying anything bad about it. We're just giving you some tips about how you think you should think about it going forward. And one thing I'll say to everyone in chat is always be open to completely change it. Listening to other people is very important. I had a character who was like this cute little cat girl. She was like perfectly thin and she was a cute cat girl and it was great. However, once I got feedback on this cute cat girl, everyone in my class at the time was like, but like, she's so boring. Like she just looks like every basic ass cat girl that you see in anime or whatever. Like, why does she have to look basic? She was supposed to be an alien. I'm like, why does your alien look like a basic anime girl? And so then she became Large Egg. Now she looks like this. I listened, and she's still a cat, but now she's an egg cat. When you come for these feedbacks, you guys submitted your characters to be talked about. That's the point of this. And you know what? If you try the new thing and you hate it, at least you tried it, right? So maybe the feedback you get isn't good in the end. Maybe it isn't what you're looking for, but you took the chance at trying it. Maybe there's like one little thing that gets said that actually kind of clicks with you, helped you realize something else. Maybe not about this character, but it might help you for other things in the future. What they say, they call it kill your darlings. You guys ever heard that before? It's a writing thing to stop you from overwriting, basically, where even though you might love something you created and wrote, the overall idea will actually end up being better if you just chop it. It's like getting rid of the filler episodes, basically. What are the parts of the story that aren't like actually helping progress it, but you just put it in there because you like the idea of this interaction or this one little moment. But in the overall story, it's adding nothing. That is killing your darlings. Nobody's attacking you personally or your character in any way. It's all about hearing out other people's thoughts. It's always good to know other people's opinions. Again, be open to it, take it in, try it. If it doesn't work, oh well, maybe it'll help you going forward in something new. He likes to steal from the rich, steals info and leaks it. Okay. He's from a closed-off community that was magically isolated from the world. Found out about the outside modern world. I like the colors. The like neutral darks with the one bright red. I think they work well. I will say he's supposed to be a little older. I think because of the way you've drawn the facial structure, he looks much younger. In this drawing, the one with the mask, he looks his age. These drawings don't look like that guy. They feel more like maybe he's like an older teen. I definitely think it has to do with the way you're drawing the face. I think it's okay, but just you have to be okay with it. I like this, that you have like a scrape in the jacket. I think that's cool. I do worry about these little parts coming out here. I worry how hard those are gonna be to draw going forward. And I wonder if you could just include the scrape like this. You gotta ask me, is this supposed to be like parted 3 ways or 2 ways? It's 2 ways. So if it is 2 ways, I think that it's too far over. Usually if we think about a jacket that is being parted, if it's 2 ways, it's usually right down the middle. And the way you have it drawn is it's a little more over to the side. So I would suggest when you draw it, make sure that it's middled. Yeah, I think we're all thinking that maybe this like strap that he's wearing could be where the sword goes, so maybe including some sort of thing. I think it's a little minute detail that definitely might bother other people. You could get away with like a weapon just appearing only when you need it to. What I find interesting is their leg is modern. Did they lose their leg in the modern world? Or did they already have a lost leg before they got to the modern world? You did get the leg from the modern world, okay. But maybe there could be a different character that you have that he meets that is from the modern world and made the prosthetic for him. Because that could be cute. I feel like that'd be like a cute way to like also get him to meet someone, the new world that he comes into, and maybe they're like the first friend he makes within this world. Oh my god, I guessed your story. Oh my god, yay! You know what? That is good character design because I, through process of elimination, figured out his story, which means you did a good job. All right, Izzyit submitted this character. This is Eric. He enjoys skating, listening to music. 14 and a runaway. His parents didn't support his skater lifestyle. Spends most of his days searching for a place to stay in chill skate parks. His art consists of stupid doodles and pretty girls. He rarely gets in trouble and tries to be the middle ground in fights. Okay, so my first thought is this does not look like they're 14. This is a grown man. We actually are all proportional to your head size. There's definitely shorter people and taller people out there, right? But we're talking about a grown adult. You have finished puberty. You are not growing anymore. You're never going to be growing anymore. You are head proportionate. So if you guys don't know this, your head size actually doesn't change. Your head currently is the same size it was when you were born. What changes is the body around your head. So as you grow up, your head becomes more proportionate to the rest of your body. So that's why babies have giant heads, is because they're 1 or 2 heads tall comparative to how big their head is. The younger you are, the bigger your head. What's gonna happen is, even though your head size is the same, your facial features will become smaller on said head. You're basically filling out your face. The way to make someone look their age, which is younger, is larger proportions, bigger things. He's a runaway, I can get the skinny. He is very, very hairy for 14. And if they were growing facial hair, how hairy was it? Was it like those little wisps that were like ungrown and probably should be shaved? I think actually like the crappy mustache here is pretty on point for a 14-year-old. I think that his armpits are just a little too hairy for a 14-year-old. They should probably be just as wispy and nasty as the mustache is. The vibe's okay. He looks like a crappy runaway. I think the only thing is he doesn't look 14. I think that's the only thing we're really saying. He reads more like an 18-year-old to me more so than a 14-year-old. He is naive and optimistic view of the world shaped by legends of heroes, but he is not ready for the reality he faces. All right, I like him a lot. He's fun, he's cute. Something about the way that this character is staring into my soul. Feel as though he's seeing through me into my very being with how he is looking at me. And it's kind of unnerving. I don't think that this artist is trying to go for unnerving. This is supposed to be a fun, happy character. The eye and the way it's shaded too, with the dark shadow on the face, it's ominous. Maybe give it in a little smile. Oh, a bigger shine. Somebody said that. He's supposed to be this cute, friendly, naive guy. It's not bad. Honestly, just like the placement of this, it might be better if this like falls here, you know? Maybe if it comes up first. That's just a thought. It's very small touch. All right, you guys seeing this? I think it's just about changing the tones of some of these colors. Having a moment of darkness is gonna help a lot. I think we want this character to be cute and light, but having that like moment of darkness will help a ton. It's a dangerous task to change the yellow shade because a darker yellow just turns into like poop brown. Okay, that actually worked. Pops out a little more. I think a big thing is how you shaded this. You really made it very dark, and I think that kind of makes it ominous. For references, I would suggest, guys, in general, don't even shade. Keep it flat. That way color picking can happen. Just make him happier. Yay. All right. Thanks for coming, guys. Bye, guys.